It is an annual DC tradition. We are talking about Blacks in Wax.
And for the 17th straight year, students will be embodying African American icons in a dramatic performance.
Our Jess Arnold is live down at the THEARC Theater to give us a preview of the big event. Good morning, Jess.
Good morning. Yeah, we were just watching a rehearsal that's happening here on stage behind us. These kids are getting ready. They have multiple performances today, one later tonight at 6 p.m. that anyone can come out and see. But to tell you all about this incredible DC tradition that's been going on for 17 years, I want to bring in the person that started this all, Cora Masters-Berry. Let's, for those who don't know, tell us a little bit about Blacks in Wax, how you got it started.
Well, really, I was a professor of political science for 22 years. When I left the university, I founded the organization and built the Southeast Tennessee Learning Center. But I said, the kids still need to know history. So I kept trying to interest them, and they were not interested. So I said, well, why don't we just do a little play? And we did it in the library, and now we're at the Kennedy Center and the ARC.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, what an accomplishment.
Growing. Yeah, it kept growing.
And this year, we were talking a little bit earlier, it's a bit of a different theme for you. It has to do with hip hop. Can you tell me how you landed on that and what you're trying to achieve this year? Well,
it's a departure because we usually do social justice and all. But as I paid attention to the celebration of hip hop, I said, no, it's more than gold chains and Kango hats. It's about the community. It's about the impact it had on children. It was about the struggle against it. It's a whole story behind hip hop. That's a story of culture, struggle, and music.
I love it. And the kids, you're saying they're involved in every step of this process. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
You know, I sat at the city council and watched them talk about the children and how they were committing these crimes and that crime. And I'm saying, no, those are the exception. The kids that we're showcasing today are the rule. In Southeast Washington and over in the city, we kids doing a lot of good things. And so when I said, well, I think it's time to tell the true story about hip hop that is deeper than a rap. So that's what we're doing. It's going to be inspirational, educational. I learn things every day.
And real quick, last one here. How do you feel about the fact, like you said, it's grown to now they get to perform at the Kennedy Center?
Well, they've been doing it now for 10 years. We're doing the ARC for about 7 years and the Kennedy Center for 10 years because they love what we do. We have the record of the largest crowd in the history of the Kennedy Center in the Millennium Stage. We take the whole half of the room.
Well, thank you so much for being with us bright and early this morning. We're going to have another performance coming up around 9:40ish where you'll get to see more of these students performing. But for now, we'll send it back to you.
We want to see more. That was good. Really great. Thanks, Jess. Now to a really cool DC thing that happens every year. We're talking about Blacks in Wax.
This is where students get to perform as some African American icons in U.S. history.
Let's head back out now to Jess Arnold live at the ARC Theater for more and how you can see this event in person. Hey, Jess.
Hey, yeah, it's been so fun watching these kids get ready. They have a performance that's starting tonight at 6. Take a look at TLC here. I love it. Nice job. And so that'll be one of the options that we have here. And then we're actually going to move through because it's kind of like a museum, right? You step on a button and then they start talking. So out here, I'm going to come around and we have C. Dolores Tucker. So if I step on this button, we'll get to see their performance.
Just deplorable language. It was unacceptable and perpetuated violence in our communities. My work and my life's dedication are civil rights and women's rights. I marched with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. for these issues, and I know one thing for sure. Gangster rap puts this work in reverse. It is demeaning to all women. It is misogynistic, and I am on a crusade against it. I am here to put the nation on notice that violence perpetuated against women through the music industry in the form of gangster rap will not be tolerated any longer.
Amazing, right? And we keep going, and we were told that this is only about a month's worth of work that all these kids have to put this together. Let's check out our one last performance over here if you want to go.
Living in some times that's the craziest. They say these legislators are the laziest. Dedicated religious figures have gone atheist. Each and everything must change, there's no escaping it. Let me introduce myself. My name is Black Thought, born in Philly on October 3rd, 1971. as the lead MC for Roots, I'm just a rapper. I'm a storyteller, a poet, and my flow is a force to be reckoned with. From my groundbreaking work with the Roots, we have consistently pushed the boundaries of hip-hop to my remarkable performances on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. I have bridged the gap between underground authenticity and mainstream recognition. I shall proceed and continue to rock the mic. I shall proceed and continue.
I love it. Great job. Can I ask you to break character real quick and ask you a question? So what was it like putting that together and working on this show?
So it was like a lot because we would have to practice it over and over. We would go to Southeast Central Learners home, then just keep on doing it every single day. I felt like I just wanted to stay home once and just chill for a little bit, just for one day. But guess what? We still had to go. I would ask my mom, "Hey, can I just stay today?" And she would say, "Hey, you have to go." And I was like, "So I just go." And then today, like they put on a beard. They have to like use like the barber pin and stuff.
Yeah, it looks real to me. I was like, I'm impressed with how early you're growing that. Thank you for talking to us real quick. We got one more person we want to check out, but thank you. You guys are doing awesome. And we'll just kind of send you out here. I know you have about 30 seconds, but I'm going to press this last button. Let's go.
My mantra is to work with and alongside any human of any race or faith or culture who lives to act the good in the world and not the evil. I grew up in the Bronx, and I'm a graduate of Rutgers University with a degree in American history and African studies. In my college years, I traveled throughout Europe, Russia, England, Spain, Portugal, and Finland. And I was a major participant, the international student, intern of part-time.
All right, we're going to send it back to you, but these performances have been amazing, right?
Yes, who is that?
Bravo.
Wait a
At
minute.
6 here at the ARC to do it.
Wait a minute, Jess, who is she?
Work
I'm just trying.
together. I'm a writer with 5
Okay,
national
well, we'll just-
bestsellers, but I also became a hip-hop artist. Spread the word to young folk. Before the political shutdown,
we're all caught up. I
I'm
think
trying
we're-
to guess. I
Yeah.
want to know who she is. Okay.
I was the young voice in New York radio that spoke to the hip-hop
York radio.
audience
Roxanne
about
Chantel?
Is it
politics,
Roxanne? Okay.
culture,
You're doing awesome.
business, and social organization. This includes being a feature
You know what's
speaker at
amazing
the
about this?
Million Women
We'll
March.
get it and let you know who she is.
Yeah, I believe so.
We've all been talking about this in studio, is how long these speeches are, and they're
So
nailing it.
impressive.
Killing it.
They are
Yes.
nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah, Sister Soldier.
Oh, Sister
That's who-
Soldier!
that's who you told that is.
Yes.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, those kids are amazing.